big welcome everybody to my channel Predergast Plays. Today we're looking at World of Warcraft Legion, and I'd like to talk you through the add-ons that I use. Some that I use sometimes, many of them I don't use on all my characters, so I'm going to talk about those that I use on my main, which is of course Predergast himself. You can see him. And I'm going to show you how I set them up. I've also going to be there's going to be a link underneath to a Curse link that if you have the Curse program installed, when you double click it, will install these add-ons for you. So without further ado, let's enter the game. We'll go in, and I'm pretty sure I'm in Dalaran, so it's a nice place to talk you through this. We'll see if I can help you solve the world of the add-on. But I do highly recommend Curse. If you go to curse.com, you want to look for the Curse client, not the Curse program. The Curse program is a voice over internet protocol type thing that isn't particularly that good, but the Curse client is absolutely superb. That allows you to install add-ons automatically and keeps them updated on your PC for you. Not automatically, it is a manual thing, but you can subscribe and make it automatic, which would then sync across several computers for you if you so wish. Approximately £12 a year. Right, so here we are, we're in Dalaran, and the add-ons I use, I'll bring them up now. Okay, let's just, not that way, because it lists them all as the individual bits. Here we go. These are the add-ons that I use. Now, I'm not going to talk alcoholic because it's not complicated, but it isn't important to anyone. I just use that personally for use to let me know what's in the bags of other alts, how much gold the other alts have got, which alts have done the world boss that week, etc. That type of thing. It lets you know without logging out and logging back in what your other alts have got. So if you do run a lot of alts, Altaholic's quite interesting, but it's not a necessity. Now, announce interrupts. This one's quite handy. It announces into chat when you've interrupted something or started to interrupt something, so that others won't, if you understand what I mean. There's nothing worse than having your interrupts on cooldown and everybody's used them, all thinking we have to dash for that first interrupt. So I have it enabled. I have it active in raids, 5-man's, battle god. In fact, I have it available everywhere, and it includes my pet interrupts, and it goes into say. I suppose whether it's in say or not, but as you can see, you can choose to have it in whichever channel you like, and it just says, for me, interrupted whichever the mob is, and it prints that into the say channel for you. There's not much else to that one, but it is highly useful. Right, Auctionator is a tool I use to complete and utterly automise the auction house for me. I'll come back to Auctionator actually. We'll move to an auction house so I can show you how that moves. Right, my next one, Bad Boy. Everybody should have Bad Boy. Basically, it just blocks all your spam, and on any that ought to be reported to Blizzard, it just pops a little thing into your chat thing saying click here if you want to report it, which I do if I notice them, but it keeps all that nasty spam crap out of my chat. Superb. Data store is just part of Altaholic, so there's no need to just walk you through that. Handy notes. Wow, is Handy Notes superb or what? Handy Notes brings things up on your mini-map. Now, if I bring you my map up now, let's bring the map up and go to the Broken Isles. Now, ignore all the stuff around the edge, I'll explain that shortly. But for example, saying that, I've actually collected all the treasures, so it's going to be a bit difficult to show you. No, I haven't. For example, here in High Mountain, it's showing that there is a treasure at just there. And you can right click it and add it as a location, so you get an arrow on your map, on your live screen, to show you how to find it. Hover over it and it tells you what's in it. It's artifact power. It's inside this cave, it's showing me, because it's just highlighting those slight layer fraction, and I still can't find it. But however, that's where it is. You'll notice when it comes to other things, I can't show it. Because I think that's the only treasure I've left to find now. It also brings up the rare elites, shows those on your map, and gives you some notes as to what they drop. And again, you can right click and add them as a waypoint arrow on your main screen. So it's absolutely superb for getting artifact power. It tells you, right, go and loot this treasure chest, artifact power here, and how much. So highly, highly recommended. Now, what I didn't show you, if we go back in, so Handy Notes on its own does nothing. It has plugins. So I just have the Legion Rares plugins at the moment. So it's showing me the Legion Rare Elites and the Legion treasure chests. But on the Curse client add-on, where you can pick your add-ons automatically, you can get them for where this summer festival, where you have to put the fires out, puts all those on your map, that type of thing. There's lots and lots of different plugins. There's the treasures from Mr. Pandaria, the treasures from Draenor. You can add all these add-ons separately. They don't impact your machine at all, so you're not going to get any frame rate drops or anything like that from Handy Notes, and they just show on your minimap, which is absolutely superb. So highly recommend Handy Notes, and Legion Rares Treasures is the one that I use at the moment. Okay, moving to the next one, which is the minimap button frame, which is hidden by my camera at the moment, so I'm going to drag it up here so you can see it. The minimap button frame is this. Now, when you've got a lot of add-ons, you know what it's like. All the way around your minimap you get all these buttons and it gets very, very confusing. Well, this just grabs them all together on a draggable frame that you can then put wherever you want, and they still work as a clickable button. So I'll put that back. It's very handy if you use a few add-ons and cluttering your minimap up. You can grab all those and put them wherever you like. So they've gone away behind my behind my webcam at the moment, so can't see that now. But as I say, it's just drag and click anywhere you want it, and all your minimap buttons. It doesn't grab, as you can see, your clock, your map, or your zooms, but all your extra add-on buttons it grabs onto that clickable frame. So highly useful to keep your map nice and clear. Grab that one, folks, really is good. Okay, going back. Now, pawn is one that gives you some advice on whether a piece of loot is of any use to you or not. Now, not as good as it used to be, but it does give you some rough ideas now to Legion as to whether that piece of loot's going to be any useful for you. I've got mine set so it just shows me suggestions for anything frost. You can add, if you do use your other specs, you can add them in so that you can see for your off spec if that piece of good loot would be any good for it. And what it actually does on a loot table, if you look at the very bottom of that, it says Frost 15748. Well, Pawn rates all the pieces of gear with a number. I don't know the maths, so I don't know. But in that line, it would say, for example, if I dropped another piece of, in another pair of gloves, it might say they're a 5% upgrade. In fact, if I bring up the adventure guide, say we go into Emerald Nightmare, put that onto Heroic, look at the loot table, and I have a look at these. There we go, the cinch of cosmetic insignificance. For me, this is compared to the same item, the item you are equipped with. So it's a 13% upgrade compared to the belt I am wearing. However, it may not necessarily still be worth the upgrade, but it does give you a damn good tip on whether it's worth using some bonus rolls or not. So that's what I keep it for. I can see if it's worth, for example now, if we were doing the Heart of Corruption, I know that it could possibly be worth using a bonus roll because that particular belt's there. Again, if we move to Ursoc, oh, we go 6% increase on feet, 7% on a wrist item, and a 2% on the neck. So I'd definitely use a bonus roll if we were there. Will I ever get to Heroic Nightmare? Who knows. But that's what Pawn's for. Very useful if you have off spec, and it's great for deciding if you want that bonus roll or not. So there we are. That's Pawn. Now, personal loot helper. I think everybody in the guild should have this. This basically, when you're running a dungeon on a raid on personal loot, and you win an item that's bind on equip, or anybody else wins that item, it will drop into chat who that would actually be an upgrade for. If it's an upgrade for you, the person that won it, it'll say nothing. But, for example, if there's somebody in my party called Jack, and I was to win item X, it would say, Predergast won item X, this is an upgrade for Jack. So basically I would know, it's worth, go and trade it with Jack, it's no good to you, you might as well, go and trade it with them. We're not getting massive gold from vending, anything from 17 to 40 gold. You know as well as I, that's absolutely nothing in Legion now. So, trade it with them. Put this on especially when you're running with guildies, and trade that loot, please. Trade that loot. Okay, moving on to Cellomatic. Cellomatic does nothing more for me than add an extra button when I'm at a vendor. Let me find one now. Let's just have a quick run. Now, where is the nearest vendor from here? Probably Briani, I think, over at the pet store. Which, if you haven't called that, by the way, there is a new pet in. There's a new spider pet. There's Briani. There she is. And she has this new nursery spider. Right, okay, Cellomatic adds this button. Currently, it's telling me I have 0 grey items, or grey items worth 0 money. However, if I had some grey items that were there, that would tell me how much they're worth, and in one click, sells them all. Couldn't ask for anything else. It does it with your grey items only, so you're not going to lose anything that you don't want to lose. As I say, grey items, so you're not going to lose any transmog, you're not going to lose anything other than that vendor trash, and at every vendor that button's available to just empty those bags in one click. So useful. Sellomatic. Don't think I could work without it anymore. Okay, sexy map I have here, not essential at all. It just makes your map a bit more, it hides some buttons when I'm not hovering over it. I've been able to change the clock, I've been able to bring coordinates up, and it's just made it square. I can do what I want, several presets. For example, let's have a look at one of the posh ones. I can make my map look rather shamanistic. There we go, look at that. So it's just cosmetic. That is all it is, no more, no less. Just a nice cosmetic look about it. SCADA is the DPS meter I use. I know a lot of people use recount, but looking at raiding videos, dungeon guides, that sort of thing, Mythic, who write most of the guides that I look at, awesome raid guild, also, you know, one of the forerunners of Warcraft esports now, but Mythic highly recommends SCADA over recount. It uses less resources of your PC, so hopefully those of you, well, you know, those of you that might unfortunately be playing on a slightly lower spec machine, this one won't affect your FPS so much or be so heavy on resources, and it's just as customizable. Next one, TomTom. I will need to set a waypoint arrow first. Let's just do that very quickly. Way 50, 50. TomTom takes the map area that you're currently in and splits it into a 100 by 100 square frame. You can type coordinates, i.e. /way 50, 50, puts a coordinate bang on the centre of your map. I've typed that into my chat box, I hit return, and the arrow appears that you can see up here. That's telling me that where I want to be for whatever it is I've selected is there. So I follow it, it tells you how far, as you can see, how far away you are and how long it's going to take you to get there. As soon as you get there, boomf, it disappears. So I'm basically, if I bring my map up, as you see, yeah, bang in the middle. If I did a 25-25, it's going to put a point roughly over here. I'll just show you that. Way 25-25, no comma. Okay, so if I go and find that one, and then we have a look on the big map as to where I am. Which I think I'm going to need to go behind the buildings, yes. It's a draggable arrow as well, so you can put it wherever you like it on the screen. And many posts, forum posts, guide posts. If you're needing some help for a particular boss, where is it, where do I go for this quest, it will give you coordinates, and these work in TomTom. As I say, you type // way, no, it is /, yeah, / way, and then the numbers 23, 52. If somebody, you know, people are quite specific, 23.4, 43.2, bang, and there's a waypoint arrow to that area. And again, click on it and I can remove that waypoint. if I don't want to see it anymore. So that's brilliant for finding your way around areas. A guildie could tell you, you know, I'm here, bang, come and do this, come and join me here. Now, the next one. World Quest Group Finder. I could not do the amount of world quests I do so quickly without this. You know those world quests that automatically appear? Well, as they all automatically appear. I'll show you now, and you can see. Let me find a world quest on the map. I'm going to find one. Here we are.
We must bolster our ranks.
Withered
Seek out the withered
Wrangling.
and soothe their rage. I will beckon them to Shalaran.
Okay, so here's a world quest you can do in a group. As you can see, did you hear? It's automatically put me in a party, created a looking for group, and anybody else with this add-on that happens to be in the area, also doing that quest now, will group up with me. So if I go so it's currently searching for a group. It hasn't found one, so it's put me in, it's made one itself. Now I wonder, it would be nice if it would show you anybody else joining, but you don't really tend to need it on this quest because it's so easy. However, I think you get the idea. Anybody was out there, it would automatically makes that world quest group. If there's already a group formed, it would put you in that group and realm hop you automatically and give you some massive assistance in getting those done so much quicker. And at the end of the quest, once it's complete, which I'll show you now in a second or two, come on, thank you. Okay, 4 more to find. Thank you. Come on, guys, get in. There we are.
Fine
Complete.
I have no
And if you notice, somebody else was doing it, so they've just joined the group. They would have got some of my kills as well, as you do. And say if that had been a world boss, it would have put me into an automatic raid group, found me a raid group, or if there were none, it would have made a raid group for other people to join. Okay, I'm done. I'll leave. They stay in the group, and it's all done much, much quicker. World Quest Helper. Now, once I'm back over at Dalaran, dum-da-dum-dum-da-dum. I've got a lot of Jackson 5 records in my head at the moment. It is doing my head in. Okay, back to the world map, Broken Isles. As you see, it brings all the current ones up. So if you're looking for artifact power, here's the ones to do. Notice this one has the skull in the corner. That's to show that it's actually in a dungeon. The one has a paw print. That's a pet battle. That one has the crossed swords. That's a PvP one. It's great. Blood of Cigaris. Food one. What's this one? Ooh, Nightfall and Training. I hate Nightfall and Training. There we go. There's a profession one. And all these with the exclamation points are showing you if you have any emissary quests, they're the ones you need to do. Keeps track. And down here you can sort what it shows, what it doesn't. just highly superb. When you drop the map smaller, they stay there as well. Get rid, and away it's gone. Bring the map up. It does a quick search and brings them all up again for you. Highly recommended. You'll get your quests done exceptionally quickly. Make sure you have this one installed. So they're my add-ons. In the description below this video, you'll see a link to a file, which if you have the Cruse client installed, if you do a Google search for Cruse client, I'll put a link to that as well. And install that, and then double click this link. It will install all my, what I recommend as essential add-ons. Not all the ones I've talked through, but the essentials, such as World Quest Manager, the Sell Your Junk one, Auctionator, all the ones I've said were essential. It will automatically install those for you, and from then on keep them updated. The last one I haven't shown you, if I go into my class hall, in which if you haven't seen it before, here's the Hall of the Guardian, the Mage class hall. In fact, it is Garrison Mission Manager, isn't it? Here's my class hall report. 2 missions complete. Let's get rid of those. Oh, yes, I wanted that Grimoire of Knowledge. Lovely. And that's a nice money reward there. I can't complain about that. Here we go. So currently, here's my follower setup. My 5 followers, 4 of which are at 850. Meryl's still not epic, but getting there. However, I did just bring up, did I not? Yes, there we go. My Grimoire of Power. So we'll give him the 4,000 XP. Right. Now, I've got a Meryl's Conjured Refreshment. Target one of your troops to restore a vitality. Well, got an Invoker there that will die soon, so we'll give him one of those back. Gets his extra heart. And now to show you what this actually does. It brings up a list, an instant button, and automatically works out the best way we could bring you each result. Now 200%, if you've got 200%, you are guaranteed the additional bonus reward. Now anything that's reputation at the moment I'm going for, because I need it for my profession patterns, the level 3 ones that I'm struggling to get. So you'll notice it's automatically selected the best party I could have. I love it. Superb. Right, so however, I don't have a combat ally, and I like to have a combat ally. Many people don't. I do. Now, and I prefer Millhouse because he's the boss.
This one's mine.
So, with Millhouse assigned, oh, I'm still 200% at everything, so we'll go.
I'm up to the task.
Thank you. But now I'm only getting 205 because Millhouse is an ally, so I just need to check that. Change that one.
You are no match for the Tears.
In fact, no, I don't. It's 105 for the Dreamweaver. I'll send that quite happily. Start mission. Okay, so now what I'm left with is one that's I can get 130, 185, 185, a 200 to get a rune. Well, I'm going to take that as well because those darn runes don't last through death anymore.
The Tears God will prevail.
Thank you. Set that off. And it's telling me now nothing left I can send. Quite happy with that. So that's Garrison Mission Manager, and it works for your class hall ones as well, and does exactly the same in your Warlord's Garrison. I think most people have that one installed anyway. Right, that's my little tutorial for the add-ons I use. I hope it's been useful to you. Not too long at 35 minutes, it could have been worse. But I'll put all the links into the description below, and I'll see you next time. Take care. Bye bye.